Hey, what's happening, guys? I'm Alexandra Burke. Welcome to An Audience with Alexandra Burke on That Grape Juice. So, thank you all for coming. Don't mean to get all prim and proper, but I just want to say I've wanted to do this session with That Grape Juice for a long time. So to see some familiar faces and to meet some new people as well, I'm really grateful that you guys have come down to hear some of the tracks off of the new album. And I really wanted to give you guys something I've never given before, which is to be a little bit more open, to be able to talk about things that I wouldn't even talk to my mum about, that I chose to talk to you guys about.
What song did you most enjoy recording for your second album?
It's a really hard question because every single song on the album has a different meaning. But I'd probably say What Money Can't Buy, because it's the only ballad on the album. Also, it's a song that I co-wrote when I was 18. And I had to re-vocal it. And because it was so emotional, I couldn't re-vocal it. Like, I'd done it I think I re-vocaled it about 4 times because every time I went into the studio to do it, I'd get to the second verse and I'd be like, right, cool, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not sure if I want it on the album, and I stop. So it took me about 5 months to just do that one song to actually get it perfected because of how emotional it is. And I would say I enjoyed it because for me, when you hear it, you'll understand, but it's a cleansing moment for me. It's a song that I've never played to anyone. I wrote it when I was 18, only my mum's heard it, and now I'm about to let the world hear it. So it was just an enjoyable moment to know, oh, look, someone's gonna hear something I done when I was 18. So I think it'd probably be that song.
You did 2 covers that you put on the internet, I think, earlier this week. And I heard that the US iTunes. Are you gonna be going to America anytime soon?
It is part of the plan, yes. At the moment, I really, really want to concentrate on the UK and Ireland and in Europe because I've only just put my music out. And I want to make sure that I pay enough attention to where it started first before just going away for 6 months, because I know once I start with the American market, I don't want to do it half-heartedly. I want to literally move there for at least a year and just concentrate on that.
Hey Alex, with the Start Without You single,
yes,
2 videos were filmed.
Yes.
Will the alternative video ever see the light of day?
No. In a nutshell, I'll tell you why. The video I shot in LA, I just wasn't happy with it. As an artist, every time you do a song or you do a video, you want yourself to be elevated to the next level. And you want to make sure that, my mum always said to me, you're only as good as your last performance. So I never remember a performance I done 2 weeks ago that felt great. I remember the one I just done. And doing that video, I didn't think it was good enough for you lot to see.
Hi Alex, how does this album differ from your first album?
I guess it differs because with your first album coming from the X Factor, you kind of have to reenact being the winner. But with the second album, you really come into your own. I mean, as an artist, I felt like I came into my own, I felt like I was brave enough to take some risks. And although I keep questioning myself and going to myself each and every single day, because it's leading up to it being out, I keep saying to myself, oh my gosh, was I really ready to take that risk? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And you get so nervous because with this album, I've really opened up my heart. With Overcome, so proud of that album. It was my baby, but I got to spend more time with this second album. I got to live with it. I literally was sleeping in a studio for like 2 weeks because I wouldn't leave and they had to drag me out. It just makes a difference when you really give something you've never given, and I've never really been that person to be open ever. And now I've found the time and the right place to do it, and it's with this album, so it's just different because more of me's in it. I'm writing more, I'm the executive producer, I had the last say on down to everything, down to pictures, what was being used, everything was overseen by myself, so it's just different.
My question is, I know it's really common, but what was it like singing on the live final of Beyonce?
Oh, I like this question. I still can't watch it back, you know. It's nearly 4 years on. I still can't watch my first audition, the one in 2008, not the first one in 2005. And I still can't watch that duet back because, okay, right, oh boy. When you just dream, I don't know, I just remember when we made the final 12 and the X Factor producer said to me, if you make the finals, who would you want to sing with? And I went, you lot couldn't get her in a million years, but Beyonce. And they just looked at me and they were like, you want Beyonce? I was like, yeah, who would not want Beyonce? And they were like, oh, that might be really difficult. I was like, well, let's see if I even make it past week 1 before you start asking me questions. So, and then it gets to the finals, and I only found out literally the night before I was singing with her. Literally the night before. We had 15 minutes to rehearse at 5 p.m. till 5:15 in her room. Thank God I knew the song. And she actually wanted to do If I Were a Boy. That's the one she wanted to sing with me. And I said, we got to do Listen, Babes. Because that's the tune I know. And she was like, we'll do Listen then. But we literally had, and if you watch it back carefully, you'll see, we blagged our way through the whole thing because we didn't know what lines we were doing. The only line we knew we were doing was the line we done together. And you'll see she goes, and I go, and we're looking at each other like, okay, sing now, you sing. And we literally did not know what we were doing. And because I kept crying so much, out of that rehearsal time, 15 minutes, we rehearsed for about 3.5 because I was crying because I met my idol. I met the woman who has inspired me, who has made me want to be a better person, a better artist. Every day I wake up and I'm like, I use her as the example. She's always the example for anything I do. I go, would Beyonce do that? Or would Beyonce do this? Or would Beyonce do this? Would she sing like this? Would Beyonce do that? She is like, I'm obsessed with her. She knows it as well. People, if you've got dreams, my goodness, follow it through and through because there's going to be obstacles that get in your way. You have to overcome them. And then if you ever suffer heartbreak or anything negative that goes on in your life, put heartbreak on hold and keep going. And keep going. That's it. I'm glad I answered that one. That was fun. Oh, thank you guys.